Karma brand station. Sports stories in Wisconsin. Talked about by Wisconsin sports fans. For Wisconsin sports fans.
The Bucks aren't answering the phone. It's as simple as that. They shouldn't answer the phone because you don't just get... I don't care if you give me 65 first-round picks. You're not getting another Giannis.
Right. So my natural take here is going to, I'm going Packers here.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah, I'll take the Packers in the home opener as well.
Yeah, the Packers going to come in and they got to prove something. They got to play with a chip on their shoulder, and I think they beat Detroit week
Jason,
1.
do you think this is crazy that all four of us just picked the Packers in week 1?
Congratulations, you've now assured the fact that the Lions will win.
This is Sunday Karma, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brand's founder and CEO, Craig Karmazin.
I think that's everywhere.
It's everywhere. I know we're on the air. That's just cool. Kyle, why aren't you here?
I have to produce the show.
Will doesn't know how to produce the show?
Listen, I follow what I'm told to do, man. They told me I got to be here, and I'm happy to be here producing the show. Y'all get to be at the ballpark.
Who's they?
The director of content, Brian D. I was excited for y'all to be at AmFam. I get to be back here.
Wait, so Brian D decided it'd be better to have Will here with us and you producing at the studio than Will at the studio and you here as one of the hosts of the show?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the producer / host of the show. See, I got a lot of responsibilities, Craig. He don't just entrust anybody. I guess I am anybody.
But isn't on-site like what Will's doing? Like, you could be doing this and hosting?
This is on-site producing right now.
Yeah. So, is Kyle not cleared to on-site produce?
I must not be. Will?
Have you ever done on-site producing, Kyle?
Quite a bit, yeah, but you know.
Okay, so you could do what Will's doing and be hosting, and then Will could be back at the studio screening the calls, doing the stuff on the board, playing the commercials, doing all that, right?
Well, you're playing Sunday morning quarterback today.
I am a little bit after a Packers game Saturday. Wait. So Kyle, if you had the choice, which would you be doing right now?
You know what, Craig? I have the choice to be on air, and I'm happy to be on air. Hey, listen, if I'm at AmFam Field, fantastic, great. I would have been happy to watch Bob Uker's tribute today. But
so are you coming out here, or is this like, it's a boat day, so you're not going to come out here today?
He broke out the boat.
It's a rest and relax day. Your boy's been running ragged for the last week.
Dude, Kyle is. You don't deserve to be here then.
Running ragged.
Wait, this is how much I want to be here today. Not only was I here last night, I'm leaving here after the show and then coming back here again. I'm going to pick up my family to bring them here. This is an important day, Kyle. You're in.
Come pick me up. I got my Brewers shirt on. Come pick me up. Give me a ride.
You're in?
I mean, I had to talk to my baby girl. No, she said, "You coming home right after work?" I said, "Baby, yes, ma'am."
Well, today is Celebrate Bob Uker Day. We are going to be celebrating Bob Uker. Brian Anderson, who I assume is the master of ceremonies of it today. I'm just assuming. Is he?
I think
he and Jeff Levering.
I think Levering and Lane Grindle. I think BA is going to be involved, but I think they're leaning into to the radio partners of Bob Uker. But again, I know what I know, but I don't know everything, and I don't know what I'm supposed to say and what I'm not supposed to say.
Okay, and by the way, leaning into the radio partners, that's why I would say it was so cool. Like, we're sitting here. First of all, it's so cool that we're allowed to do a broadcast here. We're at American Family Field. It is Celebrate Bob Uker Day. And, like, there's Good Karma stuff everywhere, like on the screens and all this. Like, for us, a little company that this week celebrated 28 years, and we'll it's pretty amazing to be here. And we'll talk about Bob Uker. But I think where we need to start is with the over-the-top actions of the two people sitting here at Ben Brust's wedding on Friday late afternoon, which for me disappointingly was not on the air. I didn't understand that. The wedding was 4 until 5, which is right when the show is. I don't understand why the wedding wasn't on the air. But so first, I walk into the wedding at 4:18. for a 4 o'clock wedding.
Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to go, Craig.
Right. And so, Kyle, you saw me come in, right?
Yeah, I saw you come in. Let me tell you, I've never walked into the wedding where you literally got to decide, am I going left or am I going right? Usually the aisles, you walk down the aisle, you can kind of walk down and see if you know somebody. You walk in there and everybody turns heads to look at you, and you're figuring out where the heck I got to go. Craig, you go the right way.
I think it's not just left and right. It was the craziest setup for a wedding. So I'm coming into the wedding late, and it was totally my fault. It was like an hour or so drive. I just like lost track of time. It was no excuses. I was just completely late for the wedding. I have no excuse. So I'm looking in, and right when you open the door, Ben. Do we use her real name, or what do we use on the air?
Kyle, we use her real name, right?
We say Elizabeth, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
So Ben and Elizabeth are sitting right in front of the two doors where you open the door.
Correct. It's not like usually in the church they're like at the altar on the far side of the doors. They are literally up against the doors that you would need to walk into.
So I thought I'd be able to walk in and just be in the back. I'd sit on Elizabeth's side because I'm bride over groom in this situation. No knock on Ben.
Wow, did you hear that, Kyle?
No, I mean, he chose the side. I mean, that's all we need to know who he came for. He didn't
And
come
I think
for
a lot of weddings actually have the bride side and the groom side.
Yeah, that's normal to me, but you don't have to walk past the bride and groom to do it.
That's usually correct.
So literally it's like, okay, so then at that point it's, do you not come in at all and do you just wait till it's over? Or do you interrupt the entire process of what's going on and walk in?
Well, for me, it was a beautiful thing.
I made eye contact with you right away.
Because I saw you guys enter the church lobby because I was like at the closest spot to the bride and the groom.
And
I watched you and Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike.
Right, so Greg is the best man. So think about this. The fact that the best man is right by the door that you have to walk in. So the fact that I made first eye contact with you shows how crazy this setup was.
And I see you and Evan looking at each other like, oh no, what do we do here? And debating it and trying to figure out if you go in or if you don't go in.
Oh, I was going in. I was thinking, could we go through that outside door, which is like some kind of emergency exit, but would we set off an alarm if we tried to come in the back door?
And then, of course, you guys lucked out because Elizabeth's brother-in-law was outside in the lobby as well, trying to wrangle his small children. And you guys used him like
he was part of the party, so he had like the black tie on, and so we figured like, okay, if he's coming back in, we could like use him as our lead blocker.
He was the fullback for you guys.
Yeah. So literally though, it wasn't like, hey, did people notice us get in? Like. The whole
we noticed. You got
wedding
to walk past everybody basically for people to see. It is.
But not just. But when you say everyone, actually, the only people we didn't have to walk past are the singer. What's the singer called here?
I think it's the singer.
Okay, in the Jewish thing, it's called the cantor. So I know there's a special name there. So so the singer and the priest are the only two people. They're set up on the back, but we literally I could fist bump Ben and Elizabeth on the way because we had to literally walk past them, but their backs are to us. But because they're facing the priest, we're walking right behind them, like brushing up against them as we're coming in, and they're turning around.
I just hope the photographer has a picture of them sitting there with you and Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike trying to sidle in on the side, just in the background of it all.
So completely inappropriate.
Yep.
Terrible job by us.
And the only two people late for the wedding, by the way. It wasn't like there was a few trickling in.
I know we were like, hopefully a few come after us. No, not a single person.
Two people late for the entire wedding.
Listen, the wedding started, it said 4 o'clock. So, I mean, I got there at 3:58 because, I knew I wasn't going to get there early, but I was going to get there on time. I was nervous coming in. I couldn't imagine walking in at 4:20. I would have said, we just got to wait outside. 4:20. I mean, it said 4 p.m. start. You were lucky that they were moving late.
So I can't make the argument that hey, they hadn't even been called up to the altar. They were just sitting down singing songs and doing church stuff. They hadn't even started the ceremony. I didn't miss any of the ceremony.
Well,
you don't think that argument's fair?
You did because we had already had them standing up, and then there was we were standing up on the side and the entrance. You guys missed all the entrances.
Yeah, okay.
That's like a pretty big part of the wedding is watching the bride and her father walk down, and you missed Isla or their daughter, being a part of it. kind of missed quite a bit of it.
Yeah, I told Elizabeth later. I saw her walk out, so I don't know. Did I need to see her walk in also? Was it really that different?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that was totally inappropriate by me. My question for you, Kyle, is who was more inappropriate and who went over the line? Me by walking in that late, or Greg's best man speech?
Oh, listen, Greg's best man speech was an instant classic. Instant classic. Brother, you did exactly what we wanted you to do. You hit an A. You walking in late. That is awful. I mean, that is terrible.
Wait. No, I didn't say that Greg's. I agree with you. Greg's speech was an instant classic. It was incredible. It will be shared on social media for years to come. It'll be a legend. Some people will believe it never actually happened at a wedding and that AI recreated it, because most people don't believe someone could do something that inappropriate and that over the top.
I don't think it was inappropriate.
I mean, Kyle. Over. I thought it was. I didn't think it was inappropriate at all. I thought it was perfect. It was perfect.
Kyle, you're saying. Wait, Kyle. I understand that Ben asked for it, but if you're someone in Elizabeth's family, you are legitimately assuming that Ben will gamble away their mortgage and they will be homeless within 5 years.
I mean,
is that out of the realm of possibility?
Exactly. That is a good assumption. He basically just let them know exactly what their cousin, whatever their niece, their family member, what they fell in love with. They fell in love with the degenerate named Ben Bruss.
Kyle, again, I'm not arguing that I'm saying what he did was more over the line and inappropriate. I'm not saying it wasn't great, but Kyle, you're saying if your boys deliver a speech like that about you at your upcoming nuptials that are less than a year away, you're going to be cool with it? I mean, there is no way. You with your moms there, you would lose it if that happened.
Wait a minute. He didn't talk about any escapades. He just talked anything that would get him in trouble. He just talked about the guy, the personality that they need to make sure that they know, the Stinky Ben. The dad talked about Stinky Ben.
He's still. I mean, there are at least 4 or 5 illegal things that Greg mentioned in that speech. Like, let's not. Come on, let's not brush over.
But not like bad illegal, like semi-illegal.
Hey,
I could have taken that 10 times further than I did.
Once Ben drove 59 miles an hour, and it wasn't like that. It was stuff that, if I'm the father of the bride, having a daughter, I'm thinking about, is there a way we could annul this thing right now?
I mean, he talked about growth from peeing in bottles to now, gathering diapers. There's a lot of growth in this guy over the last 4 to 5 years.
The idea that just because something has been said on Kyle Brust and Nortman or on the previous show that Scalzo and Brust, that doesn't mean it's appropriate in a wedding setting, is it, Kyle?
Listen, I thought it was perfect. I thought it didn't cross the line.
I thought it was perfect too. I thought it was perfect too. But I thought it was absolutely inappropriate and over the line.
Well, here's the thing that my wife and I debated, right? Because Kyle was there on KBN on Tuesday when I told Ben my first draft was it was nicer than I expected it to be. And Ben told me, no, you have to roast me. It has to feel like Scalzo and Brust. And so I went, and my wife and I debated. I was like, I don't want to alienate. And she's like, the best man speech is for the groom. Yep. She's like, if that's what he wants, it has to be for the groom. And so ultimately, that's what I did. I did have breakfast with the Elizabeth's family that next morning after the wedding.
Wait. Was the priest at the wedding? That was the one thing I was thinking about.
Priest was not at the wedding.
Okay. Now, would that have changed your
not at all?
No.
Not at all.
See, that's why Greg is savage.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle, you got to admit, because Greg, I glanced over a few times. I was enjoying the hell out of that speech. But Kyle, I glanced over a few times at Elizabeth's family side of the room. It was like a stunned, shocked, just like they were. Kyle, did you happen to have a view of the other side of the?
Craig, we were the furthest table in the back next to the exit, so we couldn't see any. We could barely see Greg at the front. We were all the way
because we were kind of in the corner. Were you able to hear? Okay,
I heard it. I heard it great, and
I was 10 times louder than any other speech that took place. So
basically.
I was standing up there.
I want to hear about this breakfast. Wait. Go to the breakfast.
Real quick, because I was standing up there, and there was a moment where, because I had a sheet of paper, but I wasn't looking at it too much, so I was trying to look around the room. And early on, I could see that bride side of the family being a little uncomfortable, and then all of a sudden I looked over and I got all the people that knew Ben, right, his basketball buddies, and those of us that worked with him were laughing, and then I kind of looked back over to the bride side of the family.
There were Naismith award winners in the building. Frank Kaminsky was literally after it, he was like, Yeah, man, that was so over the line. That was one of the top speeches I've ever heard in my life.
And I looked back over to the bride side of the family at one point, and I saw heads and hands and like fear and like a lot of, and I just in my head said I can't look back over there. I just gotta look. I made contact with Craig at one point because he was beaming. Josh Gosser. I was like trying to find people that would like encourage it.
You were looking for affirmation anywhere you could get
it. Correct. But the next morning, I was like, all right, because I went up to all the parents afterwards. I was like, I hope that was okay, and everyone tried to be like, yeah. The next morning, the only thing was the bride's mother kind of was like, yeah, it was fine. Do I have to worry about the gambling stuff?
Yeah.
Like that was the one thing still caught up in her head. And everyone was like, no. And I was like, no, you don't understand. We're so much better than we used to be.
Yeah,
like
we win like 43% of the time.
No, like we just don't. We don't gamble nearly as much as we used to. Like,
as a percentage of our income, we just make more. We still gamble.
We didn't have kids at the time. Like it would be like a Saturday, and we'd bet 12 college basketball games on the 1 p.m. slate because we'd be at the Echo Tap in Madison. What else?
No, but you forget a lot of people bet 12 games on that. But Kyle, there's no way you've ever heard of it because I never even heard of it. At one point, Greg talked about how they were betting the over-unders on the lottery. Kyle, do you even know what that means?
Yeah, he said
to bet the over/under on the lottery.
Yeah, when he said it and he talked about you got to be a real degenerate to know about that. I was like, "Yup, not me. I don't even know what that means."
I would say Ben and I are the only people in that room, and maybe the only people listening now that understand what that means.
Yeah, Will's right here. Is Will's mic on? Will, what do you even think betting the over/under on the lottery could be? And what lottery would you bet it on, by the way?
I would guess it's
wait, Greg.
It was generally the Massachusetts and New York state lotteries.
And where were you when you were doing this?
We were in Georgia in the story that I was explaining. So that's not the only time we bet lottery total.
No, but you're in
Georgia.
Greg
for this.
Wait, Kyle. So they're in Georgia. It's 4 a.m. and they're driving back from the Masters, hungover. And they're betting on the over-unders of the Massachusetts and New York lotteries because it's 4 a.m. and that's the only thing you could bet at that time. And it's trying to keep them awake in the car as they're trying to get to the airport. And Will, what do you think that means?
Maybe the numbers on the balls are like the age of the person that won, maybe? I have no idea. The weather, the temperature of the day?
If there's, and it depends on the state, if there's, say, 7 numbers.
Let's just say it's a pick 3. Let's just say it's a pick 3.
If it's a pick 3, you add up the numbers and they apply an over-under to the total of the numbers in the lottery.
So it'd be like over-under 15.5, and you'd have to bet, are the 3 numbers in the over?
Correct.
Are they going to add up to over 15.5 or under?
It's a great bet to make.
I mean, it's like sitting in the car and just flipping a coin and betting on it.
Yeah. Believe me, we've done that too. I mean, we've definitely gone into bars and bet heads and tails. But no, I mean, we were trying to on that drive back. The more descriptive thing is we were trying to find at the time, this would have been like 2018, 2019, we were trying to find ways where we could get up-to-date scores for the Japanese Baseball League because it was being played at the time we were driving back because of the time difference, and we were live betting the Japanese Baseball League on the Nippon Fighting Hams and trying to find the actual live game updates.
Much less in a state where sports gambling's still illegal today.
Well, I mean, nobody knew that in the speech.
I mean, you're trying to bet lotteries and Japanese baseball in Georgia where gambling's not even legal. Wait, Kyle, what have you been trying to say for the last hour?
I'm just trying. So really, one thing is, I met Ben Bruss probably around 2018 for the first time. I really didn't get to know him until 2020. I think that the common denominator of what drove him down this path was Greg. Greg seems, Massachusetts and New York. Ben ain't from Massachusetts. He ain't too close to New York. Greg, did you get Ben into this? Did you turn him into this monster?
Are you saying Greg was the instigator, that Ben was actually like a straight-laced athlete who led Wisconsin in three-point shooting? Sure, he has a compulsive side, but he really focused that on performance and elite athletic activity
until he met
then he met Greg, and he obviously had this obsessiveness within him that had led him to greatness through his whole life. And you're saying Greg then led him on a path that was focusing these things on things that were illegal?
Greg got him hooked on that stuff. That's what it is.
I would say
coming back to Greg for that to get that that adrenaline rush.
I would say that is so far from the truth in terms of who had the greater gambling who had the greater gambling bug at the time. I would say that I was more responsible than Ben was at the time. But I was 29. Ben must have been 25 at the time. Like, we're not betting a ton of money on these things. But no, I mean, for those original Scalzo and Bruss 100.5 ESPN Madison listeners, we would live bet horse races during the show. Yeah. Like, we would pick out the track and have the horse track up, and then we would live bet horse races. But no, Benny's always been the bigger gambler than myself. I would say that I might have gotten a little bit more creative in the sense of where that ultimately went.
Yeah. So as now you hear this and now you think about it. And by the way, he is a father, and you were talking about, like, hopefully a lot of people didn't even know what Zinn was who were in the building. You didn't explain what it was. You gave no context to what Zinn was or is. Did you do that intentionally? Or
of course. I didn't go into explaining much because I figured, Gina Della dropped a great line on us afterwards, and she said, if you try to talk to everybody, you talk to nobody. So I didn't want to start it and be like, if you don't know who I am, I hosted this show with – it was, hey, I'm going to do the speech for Ben. Yep. And that's what I did.
Okay, so and Zinn is legal, right?
Zinn is legal. It's like nicotine pouches.
It's nicotine pouches, which I don't know. Like, if my daughter's marrying someone, or I'm the aunt or uncle that Kyle referenced earlier, do I want to know that Ben has used his relationship building skills best, I believe you said, where Ben's best qualities are best shown in the relationships that he's dealt with the local manager of the gas station, who has been able to convince the owner of the gas station to stock the Zinn flavors at the local gas station so Ben can get the Zinn flavors that he most desires.
Yeah,
it was to make it.
Kyle, you don't think that's over the top?
No,
you don't think that's crossing a line?
I will admit, I loved the speech because I knew Ben. I will admit, had this been my cousin, right, that was getting married to this gentleman that I probably know a little bit, but you don't know everybody's business, I would have walked away on the drive home with my family, would have said, ooh, boy, I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned for our little Elizabeth, but, I guess.
Exactly. That's what I think. That's why it was over the line. That's why it was over the line and savage. I loved it.
It was a great point because the idea is that Ben knows how to build relationships really, really well. We're looking at the ESPN Milwaukee social media queen right here in Maddie Hayes, right?
Yes.
Ben has probably built a great relationship with you, right? And part of it because you're going to make him look great on social media. And you know it, but it still feels great when Ben builds that relationship with you because he's better than anybody at doing it. We go to like the Calderon Club in downtown Milwaukee, and everything is full. But he knows Gino, and Gino's got a table ready for Ben Bruss because Ben has built that relationship. And I was just saying that to me, I know a lot of people out there would say that's about him getting things for himself. But for me, it just shows the amazing skill he has to build relationships.
But Kyle, Greg just made the best point. If you're doing a best man speech and you're not trying to freak out half of the people in the building, the example could have been the Calderon Club.
I used the tornado room example.
It could have been that. You chose to be his Zinn dealer, which, like, to me, is again the more savage approach you could take.
It is. I ain't gonna lie, with the tobacco stuff. I don't really like tobacco. So had I heard that somebody, my cousin was marrying, or my sister was marrying, or whoever it is was marrying
with the baby,
I'd be like, he got a lot of vices. But hey, that's Ben Bruss, and I'm sure if he's ever met him, they're probably like, this guy is fantastic.
I mean, out of everything, I feel like I could have said, I feel like that was a 2 out of 10.
Well, see, and that's what I'm saying. So, Kyle, now that you've thought about that all, you're still saying who was more inappropriate and over the line at the wedding? Me for walking in 18 minutes late in the ceremony and making the bride and groom stop and have to look and literally, like, everyone have to turn in the entire building, or Greg completely eviscerating the groom and making the bride's entire family feel like she's making a mistake?
I mean, listen, the 18 minutes late, everybody talked about y'all. Everybody talked about y'all in a bad way.
Come on, you don't think everyone was talking about Greg?
No, they were probably laughing like, woo, Ben is a wild one. You got some people that thought it was hilarious, some people that were like, wow, Ben is crazy, and some people said, woo, this is going to be an interesting relationship. For yours, everybody just shook their head as you and Evan just walked into the left extremely late. It was very, very noticeable. Memorable. Both very memorable.
My last defense is that all of those stories culminated in talking about how Elizabeth has made Ben a better person and how proud we are of the person he's become. That's how it ended.
It wasn't like he kicked his tobacco habit.
Well, it's not tobacco for the record. It is nicotine.
It's not nicotine.
Yes. So he's kicked his nicotine habit. He stopped gambling. Like, there's none of that.
Believe me, the gambling stuff is 100 times better than it used to be. I mean, 100 times better. But yes, now he's responsible. He's a father. He's a homeowner. He's successful.
Do you guys still have a shared account?
We do.
Okay.
we actually won on his wedding night. Red Sox plus 155 against the Yankees. They won 1-0.
Yeah.
Money line.
Seems like it's a lot better. Seems like the fact that on his wedding night,
there was one bet that we made.
When everything should be focused on his bride, Kyle, the fact that they're focused on if the Red Sox are going to beat the New York Yankees. I mean, again, as a father of the bride, am I more worried about that, or am I more worried about some national sports radio host Evan Cohen and Craig Karmazin moseying in 18 minutes late?
I don't think I would like that he was betting on the wedding day. That would just show that.
He didn't put the bet in his defense. I put the bet in. On the shirt.
Had you guys discussed it, though?
Of course.
I mean, we had a lot of time together. You're waiting around all day. I mean, you know how that works. We're sitting there waiting for Elizabeth to get ready on the first look. We have 30 minutes by ourselves. Actually, the father of the bride was with us when we were doing it.
Yep. Okay.
That's, to me, one single MLB bet is nothing to be worried about.
I mean, if you were betting on the Cardinals, maybe as like a tribute to the
you got to make
bride
the best bet, available.
The
fact that
Fair point.
Bellows getting plus money at Yankee Stadium after the Roman Anthony game on Thursday night. That felt like a steal.
That's absolutely was a steal, the way the Yankees are playing. And the way the Brewers are playing today, they are hoping to win the series against Willie Adames and the San Francisco Giants. We are at American Family Field. We celebrate Bob Uker today. I saw Mark Attanasio at the game yesterday. There are chairs set up for all of the legends who will be here. This has been such a special year at American Family Field. We've obviously talked so much about the team and how well the team has played throughout the year, especially at home. That absolutely has been special. There was the celebration of American Family Field and bringing back all the stars of 25 years to have a home run hitting contest that was one of the signature moments, I think, of this season. Just seeing this crowd and how they embraced the legends and utility guys and people who, they were like, oh yeah, I remember him. And those types of players who were embraced, which to me spoke to Wisconsin and our culture here and appreciation, not just for, the Prince Fielders and the Ryan Brauns, but for the utility guys and the people who are stars in their roles as role player. This has just been such a special, special year at American Family Field. Coming off a season last year, the Brewers led, literally from opening day through the season, and today will probably be maybe the signature day of the season as the Brewers take on the Giants. But before that, beginning at 12:35 today, is a celebration of Bob Uker. We are here at American Family Field for it. We will talk to Brian Anderson, who will join us, maybe even catch up with Jeff Levering, who will be part of the ceremony today. So stick with us. Should be a really fun day. We'll catch up with Jason Wilde. Are we allowing him to talk Packers today?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do I really need to, I saw in the box score Golden had a catch for 37 yards. Do I really care about it?
Jordan Love's not playing.
Oh, Willis threw an interception. Is he reading the defense, or was it tipped? Like, I didn't bother watching the highlights on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're talking Brewers and wedding with Jason Wilde, because by the way, if you gave that speech, you would no longer be Jason's friend. I can guarantee
at Jason's
that.
wedding?
Yes.
Sure, but they're also entirely different. I don't think you can give that speech about Jason.
KYP, know your personnel. And
yeah, exactly. And again, Ben Bruss loved your speech, and I thought it was great. I loved it. I just am saying it was over the line in all ways, shapes, and forms. We are here at American Family Field. This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
As a young player, what you're trying to do is you're trying to stack success. And you're trying to stack that because that gives you more opportunities to get more opportunities. And he earned that.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This is what we're talking about. And then you get the injury report, and you just can't catch a break. And that same thing is happening on steroids to Lloyd.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time.
You're out!
Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
Be prepared for power outages with a Generac home standby generator from Adams. Storms are unpredictable, and when the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. With a Generac generator, your power will be automatically restored whether you're home or away. Rated Wisconsin's #1 Generac dealer, Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power, peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of connection. Home to more than 2,200 animals and over 340 species, kids can dig into dinos at the zoo's summer exhibit. At Exploration Dinosaur, presented by Meyer, you'll unearth the past and present and explore prehistoric bones, teeth, and more from mighty dinosaurs like the T-Rex and Triceratops. It's an exciting adventure with life-size dinos and hands-on discoveries. Exploration Dinosaur is open daily now through October 5th. Visit MilwaukeeZoo.org for more information.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic. Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water. Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular. The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman. Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist, the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's. We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
It's just bad. It's just bad business. And that's how they look at it. You're like, wait a minute. You're taking care of this guy, but you're not taking care of me?
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
That dash. A simple line between the years that represents so much. Bob Uker arrived on this earth in 1934 on an oleomargarine run. As he famously said, he left us in 2025.
But the 90 years in between, The 90 years that dash represents. My goodness, that's a life lived unlike any other. A remarkable, unmistakable, hilarious, glorious life.
For the last 6 decades, spanning generations, Bob Uker was the voice of Brewers Radio, the soundtrack of Wisconsin summer.
No voice unlocks the flood of memories like Ukes. His play-by-play, his stories, his humor, his genius. He was there from spring training to season's end and sometimes even into October.
Morgan, a smash up the middle, base hit to center. Here comes Gomez, a throw, and the Brewers win.
For 54 years, he was there. He was always there.
And if that's all he did, it stands as one of baseball's legendary broadcasting careers, a unique love affair between a fan base and a beloved announcer. But oh, there was so much more.
Ball player, big leaguer, World Series champion, entertainer, philanthropist, comedian, TV star, movie star, Bob Uker was an American icon. He was so much bigger than all of us, yet he was always one of us.
He grew up in Milwaukee, lived here, stayed here, died here. There was the world's Bob Uker. Then there was our Bob Uker.
That's the gift he gave this city, this state. A local kid who made it big, really big. Yet he never lost his Milwaukee roots.
And no matter where I go, my roots are right here.
So while we mourn his death, we celebrate his life. Very few did more with that dash than you, Mr. Baseball. We're sad you're gone. We're so thankful you let us know you the way you did. Your voice, to your jokes, the shows, the movies, the speeches, and your smiling face is all right there for us. A catalog of brilliance, just a click away.
Thank you for the memories, Uke. There will never be another dash quite like yours. Rest in peace, old friend.
And we are back at American Family Field, Sunday Karma, joined by the man who authored that essay you just heard, Brian Anderson. BA, it's a emotional day. We said in a year of signature moments at American Family Field. Today might end up being the exclamation point when we look back on this year.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, obviously a postseason run would have a significant reach, but I think all the signature moments, they might be intertwined. You know, I called it Uker Magic. It was kind of a spinoff of Luka Magic from the NBA. It kind of fit. I'm like, I think it is a little Uker Magic because I've never seen anything like what I've seen this year from this Brewers team. So there has to be some reason for it. And we'll give the players a little credit, but we might as well go ahead and give Bob most of the credit.
So sometimes I look in my texts and I type in words like unbelievable, unfathomable, and there's 11 different times this season where literally I've been texting friends about things that I just didn't believe. And so, yeah, you've been here through this all, but let's go back. I remember we met right before you became the voice of the Brewers when you were here interviewing, and we talked about Uker from the beginning, and you were like, it would be so cool if I ended up getting to know him a little bit. And ultimately it was golf, right? That connected the two of you?
Yeah, at the time you and I met, and you were very gracious to be one of the first to welcome me to this market. You being somewhat of an outsider who grew to love Milwaukee, you gave me a lot of that when I got here, and I grew to love it as well. But Uker was a big part of that. He didn't speak to me at the time you and I met. I had a hard time breaking through the Uker wall. I think it was all by design. He definitely made sure I knew what my place was as the new guy doing television. He wasn't a huge fan of television, even though he made an incredible living at television as far as baseball play-by-play. He believed in the sanctity of radio, and I do too. I was just hired to take the television job, but it was a golf round that he asked me to set up in Miami on the first road trip, which was kind of the first breakthrough that I ever had with Bob Uker. And I never told him this, but they shut the course down. Well, the course was closed. It was a Monday in Miami.
What is this, like Doral or one of these?
No,
like,
it wasn't Doral. It was a pretty – I don't even remember that. I think it's changed names now, but I'm having a hard time remembering the name of it. But a friend of mine was the head pro there. And he goes, well, we're closed on Monday. I go, his name's Bob Francisco. And I said, Bob, I need a victory. I need you to have one cart ready.
I need you to love me.
We'll go play.
You to love me.
He goes, oh, I got you covered. Not only did he have a couple of carts, he played with us, the pro and the club champion. He brought the chef in. He brought a couple of golf services guys. So literally we ran the place as an open course, and it was closed. And I remember Uker the whole time around was like, there's nobody here. What a beautiful golf course. I can't believe nobody's here. We had lunch after. I can't believe nobody's in the restaurant. I'm like, it's a quiet day today, Uke. We just did it for you.
And so how did that relationship develop over time, and what was he like? Because everyone has their Bob Uker stories. What was the Bob Uker that you got to know?
Yeah, I mean, he was complicated. There's no doubt about that. I've seen the good side and the bad side. And, Bob was very protective of his identity, very, very protective of his brand. And, there were people that tried to violate that a few times through the years. And I saw the teeth come out with Bob Uker. And I remember saying, I never want to be on the other side of that fence. Thankfully, I never was. One time he yelled at me for something. There was a golf event that Titleist was putting on. He was a Titleist guy. I'm a Titleist guy. And they had asked me if I would ask him if he wanted to be a part of that. And he read me the riot act like, I'm not doing things like that anymore. And I learned my lesson. That was early days. But no, he was great. And once he got in the bubble or the cocoon of the ballpark or the booth or the sanctity of the bus or the hotel, once we got out of the public space, that's when he was really himself. And those are the moments that I cherish the most. We had amazing conversations. We never spoke about broadcasting, ever. We never had a conversation about the mechanics of play-by-play, of how to do this job. He didn't think of himself as that.
Did he ever acknowledge that, hey, I watched you do this NBA game or Major League. For all you know, he just thought you were the Brewers guy who only showed up 50 times a year.
Yeah. I mean, back then I was doing all the games, so yes. No, but I would always find out. It was funny you asked that because through the years, and we had a mutual friend that helped introduce me to the Brewers front office that eventually helped me get the job. So it was a very common denominator, and Uker was a big part of that. But through the years, over the 18 years that Bob was around, that I was here, I would always hear from people like Tom Rinaldi or John Wertheim or different people in the community, like yourself even, like, hey, Bob really likes you. He thinks you're doing a great job. And I say, that's funny because he's never told me that once. But our relationship was great, and we did have a lot of conversations that always ended with Bob saying, let's keep that between us, Pally. And I appreciated that. But it's
interesting because he kind of treated you the way he treated players, right? Like where rookies, it took a while and hazing and all that.
Earn your stripes.
And I don't think there's anyone, we're all over the country with radio broadcasts and TV broadcasts now. There was nobody that I know where the players actually had a relationship with the radio guys. Was that something you noticed and you're like, wait, he's in the locker room. I don't that's not normal around the league. He still thinks he's a player with these guys.
My first interview I ever did, they took me through the clubhouse and I saw Bob Uker. I'm like, Bob Uker's got a locker? Oh yeah, he's here every day. And this was in December when I came for the interview, December of 2006. And I remember just being sort of dumbfounded, but also I felt this connection because I too in the minor leagues had a locker because I too threw batting practice and I caught bullpens my first 5 years calling minor league baseball. So I had a locker in the coach's office, and I remember at the time going, there's never been a broadcaster in the history of baseball that's had a locker.
And then you get to the major leagues. But I found out Bob Uker did. And it's actually in the major leagues.
And he had it.
And he wasn't the bullpen catcher.
No, but there were pictures of him throwing batting practice. He threw BP for 30 years. I mean, he threw the first group of BP, which for those of you who don't know, we call that the show group. And the show group is the one, that's where all the big boys are. That's where, Prince Fielder, the Bronze, in his era, it was the Younts, the Molitors. He threw the show group. And I threw the show group, but it was minor league show group. It was mainly just to do the first group and get out of there. So we had that connection, and and my brother's in the game. I think he really connected with my brother, who was a former player briefly in the major leagues, longtime scout. Bob loves scouts. The fact that a sibling of mine was not only a scout but a very accomplished scout and won the Scout of the Year award. I think there was a connection there too. So after a while, we beat down some of those walls and golf and just talking about life. And I tell you, the 4 o'clock bus ride to the ballpark was the greatest comedy show for free that you could possibly have. We'd get on that bus at 4 o'clock, and you would go to town. I'd make sure he sat in the front left seat of the bus, right behind the driver. On the airplane, he sat in the front right seat. Those were his seats. And I would always make sure I'd get as close as I could on that bus because he was a genius, comedic genius, and he would just ad-lib and rip, and it was Don Rickles and everything you could imagine with anybody who we saw, any building, any person, any animal, and it was always hilarious, even on the worst days. Most of them I can't share, but even when the team was going bad and there's silence, it was always Uke who kind of had something to say that broke the ice.
And I'm really letting Greg ask a lot of questions here. Really good teammate here.
This is how the interviews generally go on Sunday Karma.
Yeah, so. Like Uke's partner in Major League.
Yes, exactly.
That's right, Bob.
He's not the best color commentator. But
yes, sir, Harry.
But I got to ask you, so what are fans going to expect to see and hear today? With it being Celebrate Bob Uker Day.
Yeah, this will be special today, and we've all seen this because there was an event at the Milwaukee Theater in April, a private event for family, friends, employees. It was an amazing turnout. The names and faces you saw at this event was incredible. Bob Costas emceed it. Al Michaels was there, Dick Ebersol, a ton of players. I think there were 4 Hall of Famers that were there. Ted Simmons was there, and he'll be back today. So we've done this. But we wanted to set something, we meaning the Brewers organization, wanted to do something for the fans. And it felt a long way from April when we did the private event, but now we're here. I think I'm really happy that it ended up this way on a Sunday with the Brewers playing the way they are. It's special. There are 4 short videos. The same guys that did the Just a Bit Outside movie produced and directed these films. They're 4 short films going through Uker's life to first, to second base, third base, and then home. It's his playing career. It's his life in Milwaukee, his playing career, his entertainment career, ultimately his broadcasting career. And it is very well done and very special and very emotional. There are scenes in this, and we're going to cover this for you on FanDuel Sports Network. Obviously, if you're in the crowd, we are encouraging you to be here by noon because you don't want to miss this. But there are never before seen images and home movies from the Uker family. That's what really struck me. I had seen some things, and I don't want to give it away now, but there are some images that I had not seen with his family and when he's playing in Latin America. Like, I'd never seen that, and it's really cool. So that's basically the idea, that we'll kind of go through his life and legacy, and there's a lot of dignitaries on the field, and then I'm going to turn the tables on Bob Costas, and he's emceeing, but I want him to be able to speak from the heart as well, not as an MC, so I will do that part with him. It'll be great. You'll love it.
Yeah, and even around the stadium, there's all the different displays and everything, so fans can expect to be able to see all that as well.
My favorite one is the one I just walked by coming up here. It's on the loge level, which is where the press box is. Just to the first base side of the press box, they have curated mannequins in all of his, many of his attire. It's almost like a fashion show. You know, you've got all the different loud sport coats and the way he dressed in the Johnny Carson appearances and for Major League. And I would say there's probably maybe 8 or 10 of those. And I don't know why. It just hit me walking by there today. I was not expecting that. I knew it was coming. Like, oh, there's mannequins with Bob Uker's sport coats. But, wow, walking by there and kind of seeing it built up and in the full outfit, that was pretty cool, man. Like, I want to actually go back there and take a few pictures, and we'll have plenty of images to show you on television, and you'll see it all over social. His number, which was the number 50, is still up for display in the rafters. That'll be unveiled, and then obviously,
it's covered up.
So that's a new thing. That'll be a new thing you'll see with all the retired numbers, and then the press box area itself. I can't give all that away, but that'll be a special thing too. That it'll be for as long as his ballpark stands. It'll be in his name.
Watch it on FanDuel Sports Network. Listen to it on WTMJ in Milwaukee, ESPN Madison, ESPN Beaver Dam. You can hear it throughout the day. We got chills coming into the segment.
Yeah.
As we heard the essay you wrote, voiced by so many of the people who are part of Bob's broadcast life. And we hope that the day ends with you describing some Uker magic on another Sunday. There's been so many memorable ones already this season at American Family Field.
I hope that's the case, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here, doing your show live today from here. It means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Brian Anderson, voice of the Milwaukee Brewers. Appreciate you being here. And somehow it's so annoying. He's also like the best tennis broadcaster in the country now already. He's been doing it for 5 minutes. And I literally sat there during the French Open for 5.5 hours being like, this guy is he AI? Like, how is he this good at everything he does, Brian? It's a blessing for us to have you doing local games here and then getting to watch you across everything you're doing across Turner Sports, Warner Brothers Discovery, all of the things you do. So great to have you as a friend to the company and just part of the Wisconsin sports scene here.
I appreciate it. Ask him about his karaoke days in Liverpool next time.
Ooh, that might come up next right now.
Yeah, that's in his. If he thought the Ben Brust best man speech was bad, Brian could eviscerate me.
Okay. It was one of
I didn't think it was bad.
One of the most entertaining things I've ever seen. Carmen's singing karaoke at 3 in the morning in a Liverpool bar. That was.
What did he sing?
I don't know. I don't even remember. I was just enamored by, the clientele of the bar, let's say, were very much dialed in.
I would say I did my own version. I took Party in the USA and revamped the lyrics to be Party in the Liverpool. So I was rewriting the lyrics and freestyling.
I have seen him in falsetto sing Friday on a company-wide call before.
Yeah,
so.
You haven't seen me freestyle in a Liverpool in a Liverpool underage bar at 4 in the morning.
The home of the Beatles.
Yes.
And Craig Carmazin. It's like the same thing.
Some of the great musical performances of our era. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, good to be with you guys.
Thanks, B.A.
See you later.
BA. Jason Wilde joins us as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, Treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and The Pickler is coming to Menominee Falls with 9 indoor courts and unlimited pickleball play. Leagues, clinics, tournaments, all included. The first tier of founder memberships is sold out, but you can still grab a great deal. $99 a month or $1,049 for a year. Only through the grand opening on August 23rd, with free open play, raffle prizes, and welcome gifts for the first 50 people. Go to pickler.com, hit the Menominee Falls page, and we'll see you on the court.
The roll screen, the ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born and has introduced the world to innovative, game-changing designs ever since. Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. Our incredible craftsmen have always been driven by the principles of traditional American values and the desire to enrich the homes and lives of others. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, we make it easy for you to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home. Pella always designs with innovation and rigorously tests each product for quality and performance. Our team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. And if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Whether it's breaking Packers news, breaking Bucks news, or breaking Brewers news, we are Milwaukee's place for the biggest sports stories right when they happen on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, let me hear you, folks. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. I'll root for the Brewers. You do the same for the Cubs. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thank you very much.
Continuing at American Family Field, it is Bob Uker Day here. So great to talk to Brian Anderson, and so great to talk with you on a historic day here at American Family Field. Thanks to the Brewers for having us out here as the Brewers get ready to try to win a series with a closeout win against the Giants before the Diamondbacks come in for 4. Team that, of course, we remember defeating the Brewers a few years back en route to them as the hot young team in baseball going to the World Series that year, right? All the way to a loss against the Rangers, I believe that was that World Series. Pretty interesting what's happened, a tale of 2 teams since then, where the Brewers have just proven to be this organization that just, is in the postseason every year. And once again, this year, with the best record in baseball, 4 games clear of anyone in the league as we get ready for Bob Uker Day. We're out here at American Family Field. Greg Scalzo, you're the market manager for all of Good Karma here, WTMJ part of the family. As you think about our part in all of this and kind of how special this all is, what's your take on just today and the Bob Uker legacy?
I mean, It's amazing, right? Like, I think we talked about it with BA, how lucky we all are to have Uker here, right? I didn't grow up in Milwaukee, so I knew Uke from Major League and from sort of his, his larger-than-life presence outside of baseball. Coming here and seeing what he means to the community, how talented he was, and how unique he was, right? BA kind of started to get after it. You asked him about Uke having a locker inside of the locker room. There was a great story last night from John Axford, who is getting inducted into the Brewers Hall of Fame, where he said that, in 2021, he had a conversation with Uker that actually resulted in him getting a surgery to make a comeback in 2023 so he could go out on his own terms. And that caught me when I was reading up on it this morning because I was watching some videos from the celebration last night. And the idea that, like, the play-by-play guy would have a heart-to-heart with a player to be like, you need to go out on your own terms. You can't let an injury end your career. Like, nowhere else in sports does the radio play-by-play guy have that level of respect, that level of influence on the players on the field to convince John Axford to do that. And Ax was so grateful for it because he ended up pitching for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. He ended up being able to go out on his own terms. And you saw, Uker's influence not only on the players, especially at the end of last year, hearing Christian Yelich talk about it when many of those players expected that to sort of be the last year that Uke was calling games here, but also anybody in the community, anybody that ever worked with him, anybody that interacted with him, he is singular in that way, not only for what he brought to pop culture here in America and to the entertainment industry, to the game of baseball, but also to the city of Milwaukee. And we were so blessed to have him and still are so blessed for the legacy that he leaves behind, right? For what he brought to baseball on the radio and baseball on the radio here in Wisconsin. And even though he is gone, we continue to feel that effect. We continue to hear Bob Uker and Lane Grindle and Josh Mauer and Jeff Levering and all of the broadcasts on WTMJ and how baseball on the radio continues to be intertwined in all of our lives here across the state of Wisconsin. So it is truly an honor that we were able to have that with Bob, and it continues to be an honor, I think, for everybody who's been able to experience it. And it's going to be amazing today to hear and see the celebration take place on the field, on the Brewers Radio Network. We will be carrying that celebration live across the Brewers Radio Network, and of course, you could watch it as well, as BA said, on the FanDuel Sports Network.
Well, the amazing thing to me was I knew him first from beer commercials, and then from doing national baseball broadcasts, as a kid. And then I knew him from being on Mr. Belvedere, on TV. And, I knew he was like this legendary guy. But you just called him the Brewers radio play-by-play voice. I didn't know he was that until I got to Wisconsin 28 years ago. I'd seen the movie Major League, but both of those things I did not believe. I actually did not believe he was the Brewers radio play-by-play voice. I got to Wisconsin. I assumed as a former player he was in the Bill Schroeder seat. I figured he was the TV analyst.
Yep.
And
who would do like 100 games a year.
Like legendary guy who's been there and who's funny, so he's getting in his jokes here and there. That's what I assumed. And as Brian said, it was surprising to me that he was radio. And he had chosen radio over TV because obviously he could have had any job he wanted, right? So he had chosen to be on that, TMJ, Brewers Radio Network for all that time. And even into last season, right, 50-plus years, he was the play-by-play guy, right, who was describing all the action to us and telling stories. And when I moved here and moved to Beaver Dam, Wisconsin in 1997, that was the soundtrack for me when I'm sitting at the office every night working, starting the company. And so the fact that he was radio and play-by-play blew me away because when I'm watching the movie Major League, I'm like, oh, yeah, like they make it seem like he's the play-by-play guy, but we know former athletes, that's not the seat he's sitting in. I mean, that part of it blew me away too.
Yeah, well, and again, baseball's a grind. It's 162 games. That's home and away. That's traveling. That's living that lifestyle. And like you said, I mean, he could have been on TV, but when you hear some of the stories from, like, you know, the Johnny Carson stories or Norm Macdonald talking about being in a booth with Uke, these comedians looked at Bob as if he was a comedian they looked up to. Like, he could have been Don Rickles if he wanted to.
Yep.
He could have been a TV star. He could have hosted a late-night show.
Well, and he
filled in for Johnny Carson at time. And so, like, the idea that he was like, no, this is what I love, like, speaks to that magic and spoke to, I think, why he was so impactful, because everything that he did was so authentic in a way that resonated with so many people in a state that values authenticity more than anything else.
Celebrate Bob Uker here today at American Family Field. Celebrate it on the Brewers Radio Network or today on FanDuel Sports Network. It is a special day. We are at the ballpark taking you up until noon. Pre-game will then start across the Brewers Radio Network. So everywhere you are, you have access to be part of it. Wherever you are throughout the state of Wisconsin, you can stream it on the WTMJ app. No matter where you are, this is a special, special day in what is one of the most special seasons in Brewers history. And it's an amazing way to be a part of it on someone who, if you were thinking about that Mount Rushmore of Brewers history, right, it starts with Bob Uker, right? Which I was thinking about that on the way in today. Not trying to throw it out as a topic like on Bob Uker Day, but, I mean, would it be, or maybe I am, I don't know. It would be Bob Uker for sure. Mm-hmm. It would be Bud Selig for sure.
Yep.
I feel like it's Robin Yount.
Has to be Robin
for
Yount.
sure. And then, you know,
you're kind of between a Molitor, a Braun?
Molitor, Braun, Atanasio?
Yeah.
I mean, are those the three
I mean,
at
look,
that point?
Braun won an MVP. Yelich won an MVP. Both of them had a lot of success in the field. You know, Molitor feels like he was part of that core.
Yeah.
And it's also unfair because he's in the Hall of Fame. So, like, he has the benefit of having finished his career.
Totally.
And I think that you always look at those guys in a more historic manner when you're doing the Mount Rushmores, where it feels like too early to put, like, an Atanasio or a Yelich on there. Braun's kind of in the middle of it. So I almost think you'd have to put Molitor on there, but knowing that he could come off for one of those other names.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, obviously, like, I was thinking about David Stearns and what he meant to this team, and now Matt Arnold, right? Like, I think you know, Molitor as the Hall of Famer is probably that fourth, but it's pretty incredible when you think about the impact, and that it starts with you know, the Mount Rushmore of a franchise, you know, that's been around this long starts with the radio broadcaster, and I don't think anyone would argue it, right?
No, I don't think anybody we're including as names on the Mount Rushmore would argue it. I think they would all support that as, yep, he's the first face on there.
And he's probably the connective tissue of all of them, right? Ryan Braun, we've heard talk about him. Obviously, Bud Selig. Obviously, Mark Atanasio. Robin Yount. Like, he is the connective tissue that has been, you know, what has brought all of us to the Milwaukee Brewers over these last 50-plus years. We will have more from American Family Field. It is Bob Uker Day, and you are listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Get your golf fix every Tuesday night at 6 with On the Tee.
Like, Spieth is probably going to, like, embarrass me at some point. What the hell do you know? Shut up and carry the bag.
Join Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson as they dissect all things pro golf and tell the tales of their own golfing journeys in Wisconsin.
I think it's golf in its purest form, and I think it should bookend the golf season.
Go On the Tee with Gabe and Stephen, sponsored by Majestic Oaks at Lake Lawn Resort and Gruber Law Offices. Tuesday nights at 6 on 94.5 ESPN and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The one collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Okay, gang, we have to talk about the all-new ESPN app. The most live sports, the best championship moments, and so much more. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, college hoops, volleyball, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse, the list goes on and on. Plus, shows like SportsCenter with SVP, First Take with Stephen A., College Game Day, the entire 30 for 30 library. It is all of ESPN, all in one place. Sign up now.
Want to play your best golf ever? The Wisconsin Country Club just launched WCC Performance Academy, powered by Catalyst Golf Performance and Aritas Physical Therapy. TrackMan, 3D Motion, Miha EMS, everything to move better, feel stronger, and shoot lower scores. Train like a pro or like an athlete. Play pain-free. I'm ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. Become a member at Wisconsin Country Club like I did. No assessments, no minimums, and a beautiful, challenging course and great corporate membership opportunities, plus tennis, pickleball, and a pool. Visit thewisconsincountryclub.com. Just a fairway away.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time Magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection. And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2 right here on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to ESPN Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. So the big, beautiful bill is now law. How does the new law affect individuals? For starters, the current tax rates topping out at 37% are made permanent. Taxpayers age 65 or older get an extra $6,000 deduction, but with a phase-out. Social Security is still taxable as it has been. You heard me. Social Security is still taxable, depending on your income. Individuals may deduct up to $25,000 in qualified tip income. Up to $12,500 of the premium for overtime pay is deductible. Of course, there are restrictions. You earned it, we help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you are affected by these and other provisions of the new law. Don't be surprised on April 15th. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Brewers down to their final out now. Now up to Christian Yelich. Here it is. Yelich sends one to right center and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here and gone for Yelich. He has tied the game with a booming home run. He got it all. Tied up 4-4 on a big home run the pitch. Ryan Braun sends it to left center and deep. Get up! Get out of here! Gone! For Ryan Braun! He just hit a walk-off homer! Wow! You can't do it any better than that!
Chills. Literally chills. And also, bizarrely, somehow the Ryan Braun home run that was being described was also playing on the screen here at American Family Field, as if it was locked in together as we are at American Family Field as we get ready for Bob Uker Day, a celebration of the life and career of Bob Uker here at American Family Field. I was talking to a friend last night who was like, oh, I figured I'd just grab tickets for the game. Like, I didn't realize how sold out this game was today. Like, this is a sold-out game where, you know, and there are tickets available on the secondary market. You still can get in the building, but you're going to have to pay up a little bit. So Brewers Radio Network and FanDuel Sports Network, if you don't have tickets to the game, the ceremony starts at 12:35. They're encouraging people to be here by noon. When we rolled up here, and, you know, I get here early always for the show. So when we got here, people were ready in the parking lot and set up, celebrating and getting ready, tailgating for the game today, as just a special, special day today here at American Family Field. The debate's continuing around the inappropriateness of all of our behaviors on Friday night. You know, I mentioned how early I get to the radio show. I did get to Ben Brust's wedding 18 minutes late, walked in, had to walk past the bride and groom with the alignment of the church.
Completely unacceptable.
With the alignment of the church, I had to walk past them and past every single person besides the priest and the singer in the middle. Now, they were singing, so it wasn't like they were like standing up and like, I now pronounce you. They were sitting down. Everyone was sitting down, and just a song was going on. When we walked in, Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike and I walked in to the beautiful church where
How
the wedding
horrified was Evan? Because Evan is not somebody that likes to be late. Like, he's not somebody that would feel you know that it's like not right for you to be late,
Yeah.
but you feel completely comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He does not.
Yeah.
Was he horrified?
He was, yeah, and he was very quick to blame Brian D. because he had texted Brian D. saying, the wedding's at 4:30, right? And Brian said, yeah, it's at 4:30 if you want to be 30 minutes late. But Evan had just looked at his text and saw, yeah, it's at 4:30. And didn't see the part.
Second
That's,
part.
the
Well,
second
that's
part
on
of the text. Yeah, no, but it was on me that we were late. There's no one else to be thrown. I knew it was 4, and it's totally my fault we were late. And you know that was a mistake that I think people talked about after, like, because we were the only people to walk in late, but not like your speech, where you just eviscerated Ben in the speech that he called for on Kyle Bruston Nortman. And then you delivered an 11 out of 10 speech that was so good, so entertaining, one of the highlights of the wedding, but so over the line, so inappropriate for that kind of venue. And I'm interested in it. Hit the text line. And Kyle, if you can give us any feedback, I want to hear what is more inappropriate. Greg delivering the wedding speech that the groom wanted that is going to freak out the family for years to come, or me showing up and really, where everyone had to, like, everyone turned and looked. Like,
when you say freak out the
bride
family,
and groom.
like, maybe it might have, like, the distant cousins that don't know Ben, but, like, they literally call him Stinky Ben in their family because he just...
Well, having gas is a little different than like the things you were talking about.
When you start dating somebody's family, are you just, like, ripping it in front of them to the point where they nickname you Stinky Ben?
No, but that's a lovable. Yeah, but I agree. The fact that
they know who Ben is. He talks about gambling with that. Like they know all that stuff already.
I mean, I don't think they knew all that stuff already where you went. I mean, I am very interested. You can give us a call or text in on the talk and text line 800-990-ESPN. It's 800-990-3776. Elizabeth has not answered.
She has not answered.
Yeah, so we have.
I don't think that's looking good for me.
We have a text group with Elizabeth and Ben, and they are watching the show. I don't know. Are they at their home? So
they're at their house,
getting ready to leave for their honeymoon today.
Correct, yeah.
And so we appreciate you watching Sunday Karma with us this morning on YouTube, as they are doing. We have video proof that they are watching right now. And I said, what crossed the line more, my entrance or Greg's speech? Only Elizabeth's answer matters. The reply from Elizabeth is, what do you think I think? My answer was definitely Greg, way more inappropriate. There's no way anyone in your family thinks the marriage has a chance now. Your answer was, I did what I think your family loved.
I said I did what I was asked to do. I think your family loved it and feels closer to Ben than ever, especially knowing how much he's grown. Being 20 minutes late to a wedding is unacceptable.
And the only thing that I believe has grown about Ben is his bank account after literally betting on baseball on the night of his wedding.
Well, I bet on baseball on our shared account.
You discussed it with him, and you may have entered it. But leading into the wedding, the moments he's walking down the aisle, he's thinking about if plus 155 are good odds for the Red Sox or not.
Which they were.
Which they turned out to be. We have not gotten an official answer. We have not gotten an official answer,
Craig,
from Elizabeth on this.
Craig,
Yes, Kyle?
What I've learned about Elizabeth is because Ben is disgusting. I mean, he's a gross human being. He has some awful habits, and he's very,
and
very
when you
difficult
say
to
that,
live with.
you're not saying that like lightly. You're saying that he is a person who Greg described in the speech kept a Gatorade bottle next to his bed so that instead of getting up to relieve himself in the middle of the night, he would use the Gatorade bottle instead of having to get out of the bed.
Off the side of the bed, yeah. He's a disgusting person.
Right,
He
so
really
when you
is.
say that, right, you're not saying it in like he's kind of he occasionally like passes gas,
No,
right?
He's gross.
Yeah.
He's gross. And the thing is that you just can't change one human being overnight. And so, yes, Elizabeth has made him a better person, but she has seen the worst of him and continues
and
to
she is
deal with
not,
something.
and she does not try to change him. Which I think that is
she
what makes
accepts him, and I included that. She accepts him for who he is, which is what makes the relationship so special. She thinks he's hilarious.
She has an odd sense of humor. That's why her hearing the stories that she already knew about her loving husband now, it was just going down memory lane for her. And so
I'm not saying for Elizabeth. I'm saying for her family.
I think that's why she's probably cool with it, though. She's probably like, yeah, I mean, that's the relationship they have. I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, Craig, she knows you run late, so she probably thought you'd be strolling in maybe 4:05. She didn't think you'd be strolling in after the priest has already dang near had him kiss yet.
Thank you, Kyle. And one of the main themes of my speech was how fun Ben is. And, Kyle, you stayed around late. I know Craig didn't, but you stayed around late, so you got to see with Elizabeth's family, like, Ben put on a show.
Now, Ben was
sang a couple songs. He was rapping Lil Jon.
Yeah, he
was sliding across the dance floor. Like, his family, I think, was like, okay, we get it now.
Yeah,
pants were off, I heard at some point.
Yeah.
Kyle, I heard you didn't partake in that.
Yeah, there's children around. I'm not taking any risk.
Like indecent exposure charges at weddings. I don't know what was going on there.
Well, Alex Strofe kept his pants down. I mean, that was the weird part. I don't know what's wrong with Alex Strofe.
And you wonder why I left early to not be a part of this. Evan Cohen chimes in, by the way, from Unsportsmanlike. I do feel like it should be noted how much we were rooting for someone else to walk in later than us to justify our tardiness. And that is true. And nobody came in after we came in. Yeah, that was absolutely the case. We have more from American Family Field. We are celebrating Bob Uker. The jersey number is covered up. That will be unveiled today. This will be an incredible, incredible ceremony. We heard Bob Costas is in the building, as he was yesterday. We know Mark Attanasio, Brewers owner, is in the building. This is going to be a special day at American Family Field in a season of absolutely thrilling, emotional, memorable days at the ballpark. This is sure to be one of the most. And one person who's been in the ballpark that you could see this entire weekend has been David Groover and Nancy Groover, because the Groover family is part of this community. When things matter to you, they matter to them. And that is at the heart of Gruber Law Offices, because when you hear one call, that's all, that means you have people who are in it, just like you're in it. And when you go through something you hope to never go through in your life, it's great to have a nationally recognized local team that is best in class, family-owned, helping Wisconsinites for well over 30 years, well over 10,000 Wisconsinites who are going through an injury or something they never thought would happen. And it's incredible to know that you make that one call and you have a depth, you have a team committed to doing every single thing you need. One call, that's all, doesn't mean it's one call and it's over. I had a friend who they took the case all the way to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. This is a team that gets it done for Wisconsinites. So if you're ever injured, I always remind you, it's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. More from American Family Field as we continue at Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond. From garages to new home offices. Our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
For the first time, you can stream all of ESPN all in one place. And guys, it's changed the game for me personally. All the best live sports, the most championship moments, studio shows, documentaries, and originals, too many to even name them all. Plus, all these great new features, like watching 4 games at once in multi-view, your fantasy team updates live in-game, Sports Center customized just for you. They thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. You gotta check it out. Sign up for the all-new ESPN app, like right now.
Be prepared for power outages with a Generac home standby generator from Adams. Storms are unpredictable, and when the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. With a Generac generator, your power will be automatically restored whether you're home or away. Rated Wisconsin's #1 Generac dealer, Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
It's Debbie Loziga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $200 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
We don't just cover the green and gold. We cover the green and gold. Your home for Green Bay football talk on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Gantner, there he goes. The pitch, a swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up, and get out of here. Gone for Swaim, and they've done it again. 12 in a row on a two-run blast by Swaim to win it. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow, do you believe it?
Sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and
Easter 1987, Uke on the call, Swaim on the swing. It's Bob Uker Day here at American Family Field. It's Billy Joel, it's Piano Man. Kyle, did you just randomly pick this song because we heard Bob Uker playing here in this stadium? I assume this song has nothing to do with anything else we've been talking about today.
Nothing else.
Kyle.
Oh, it's the
core value of honesty.
You led to it. You're like, I don't know. We talk about it. Yeah, this is the last song that gets played at Piano Man. Piano Man's the last song that gets played at Ben's wedding and all the Wisconsin Badger basketball weddings, and that's when they do the whole drop your pants thing. We talked about it on KBN. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm sure Bob Uker loved him some Billy Joel, and we listened to Billy Joel on Friday night, so I thought it'd be a great combination.
Wait. Because I never knew anything about this, and I heard at one point of the wedding, Ben needs to borrow underwear from Frank Kaminsky or something going on. I did not understand what was going on, Greg.
Ben famously does not wear underwear because the waistband on underwear makes his tummy hurt. And so,
which you did share in the best man speech, along with, which we haven't mentioned, about 12 different examples of how unintelligent Ben is.
No, I talked about how Ben was always wanting to have fun and entertain, and he was always even willing to be to have it at his expense. And on Scalzo and Brust, still on KBN, there's Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And there was a lot of times where we have fun at his expense.
Right, by showing off his lack of intelligence is what you shared.
I will tell everybody who asks that is like, oh, is Ben like really not smart? I say, no, Ben's very smart. He just doesn't know a lot of things because he spent his entire life shooting three-pointers so that he could, develop
entertain
a great
the
career
family.
that he
entertain the state of Wisconsin.
But yes, he did need to borrow Frank Kaminsky's underwear and put it on like 30 minutes before the Piano Man came on so that he could drop his pants as well.
Is this a Badger basketball tradition, or is this a University of Wisconsin thing that I should know about?
Badger basketball tradition, where at all their Badger basketball weddings they do this, and they all know that they do this, and they expect to do it.
And is everyone at the wedding doing this?
All of the men at the wedding generally surround the bride, who's in the middle, and everybody drops their pants.
Okay. And speaking of the bride did chime in on our debate today. Can we go to the Carbless Talk and text line, Kyle? Do we have any answers here on who is more inappropriate? Me for walking into the wedding 18 minutes late and making the bride and groom both have to turn as we walked past them to
Craig,
walk to the bride's side.
Craig,
and
it's not even close. Craig,
or is it Scalzo for eviscerating Ben in front of the bride's family at Ben's request? Kyle, what are people saying on the carbless talk and text line, where, of course, we know that less is more, and you can get your carbless right here at American Family Field, where we are getting ready for Bob Uker Day. Kyle.
Yeah, it's a runaway. Chef Ed said, Craig, you showing up late is worse. It's absolutely worse. And then also, Colin on the carpet talking text line said, Craig, big time Ben showed up late and left early. Dang!
Wow, that is true.
That is pretty big time to somebody. You showing up late and leave early?
I mean, the dessert had already been served. Is that, Kyle, so did I leave early? If dessert has already been served at a wedding, is that consired leaving early?
No, Bo Ryan left early. That's who left early. But
yeah, Bo Ryan left before me.
Yeah, I don't know if Bo Ryan even had dinner. But no, I would. You left before 10 o'clock, or you left at 10 o'clock.
I left after 10 o'clock. No, I left after 10 o'clock.
No way you left after 10 o'clock.
I did leave after 10
like
o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Oh, wait. Was that 9?
Yes.
Well, dinner came a little late. If I had any pushback, dinner came a little late.
By the way, you are correct. I left around 9:15.
Dang, 9:15.
Wedding started at 4. I mean, I got there at 4:18, so I was there from 4:18 to 9:18. 5 hours at the wedding. That's considered leaving early?
Oh, yeah. That's before they even really got
You barely saw any of the music. You barely saw any of the dancing.
He didn't even go on the dance floor.
I did not go on the dance floor.
You're not a dancer at a wedding.
I will dance at a wedding.
Oh, wait a minute. So the GKB wedding of the year between Ben Bruss and Elizabeth wasn't worth you boogieing down a little bit with our boy Ben Bruss?
So I had a celebration of life to be at 2 hours away at 9 a.m. So I needed to be ready to leave at 7 a.m. for that, and I needed to get back home for that. And I wanted to be in appropriate condition.
So, Greg, we can't even give, because he says celebration of life, so we couldn't even push back on him because
he brought that right into it. I know we all knew what he was doing. Everybody listening knows what he's doing.
So, Kyle, what do you think? Should I have been drunk on the dance floor with my pants down?
You don't have to be drunk on the dance floor. You can just be on the dance floor.
Yeah, I wasn't drunk on the dance floor, but I was still getting down. Greg didn't seem too drunk on the dance floor. He was getting down.
Yeah, well, let's go. Overwhelmingly, the ESPN Wisconsin fans are clearly saying I was more inappropriate. I came to the wedding late, seemingly left early. We go to the vote that we said mattered. This is Elizabeth, who married Ben. Did she think I was more inappropriate, or did she think that Greg was? The answer comes from Elizabeth. She says, I love being on the opposing side of Craig any chance I get, but I am just not on this one.
Oh, wow. She didn't like the speech, Greg? Is this your first time hearing of this?
Well, I kind of knew halfway through the speech when I looked at her, and she wasn't really smiling.
Wait, so you made eye contact?
Oh, I looked over, and I see Ben beaming, and I did not see her beaming. And in my head, I was like, but you're too deep in it now. You can't pull up, and you just had to kind of finish it out.
Greg,
the next day,
she
didn't seem mad at me. She didn't seem mad at me the next day.
No,
that's because your wife was so great the entire wedding, and I don't think she could be mad at you.
Greg, this is even better to know that you knew halfway through it when you looked at the bride's face and she wasn't very happy, but then you looked at Ben just grinning ear to ear, smiling. You just felt like, I gotta finish it.
I was worried about that going in, and my wife said, hey, this is for Ben. Like, this is what he wants you to do. Like, this is what you're his best man, and I accomplished the mission that I was set out to accomplish. I was on the air with you on Kyle on Tuesday, right? And I said, I got a best man speech, and it's nice. And he said, you both said you can't do that.
Too nice. Yeah, no. It wouldn't be. You wouldn't be his best man if you weren't authentically yourself, Greg Scalzo. And that's exactly who you were. You told all the anecdotes, all the great stories. It was phenomenal. And it didn't cross the line for me. But the bride's mad, so I mean that's between you and the bride. I mean,
Kyle, right. Wouldn't that be like having Mozart at the wedding and saying don't play a masterpiece? Like, Scalzo is so talented, right? Like, I mean, the idea that he stepped up and delivered just, an 11 out of 10 speech. I mean, if you want Greg there, that's what you're going to get. But as I said, he far more crossed the line than I did, and I appreciate Elizabeth agreeing with me. Although, the Sunday Karma team out here listening and watching us on YouTube tend to not agree with me. We are here at American Family Field. Alex Strofe obviously clearly has not recovered from the wedding, but we are going to send it to Alex right now, who's going to tell us a little bit about Door County Distillery. Alex?
Happy Sunday. Hey, it's Alex Strofe, and I'm here to tell you about my friends from Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Whatever you've got going on this summer, whether it's a grad party, a tailgate, a family reunion, any of the in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Locally made, award-winning, handcrafted spirits made in beautiful Door County. Gins, whiskeys, vodkas, rums, and more. Check out their website to find the retailer nearest you, DoorCountyDistillery.com. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com for my favorite Door County Distillery.
We are at American Family Field. It is Bob Uker Day. An incredible day we're expecting today as the Brewers go for a series victory over the San Francisco Giants. 12:35 ceremony starts on the Brewers Radio Network, and we are taking you until noon when you can join the Brewers Radio Network. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. No interest for 5 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and The Pickler is coming to Menominee Falls with 9 indoor courts and unlimited pickleball play. Leagues, clinics, tournaments, all included. The first tier of founder memberships is sold out, but you can still grab a great deal. $99 a month or $1,049 for a year. Only through the grand opening on August 23rd, with free open play, raffle prizes, and welcome gifts for the first 50 people. Go to pickler.com, hit the Menominee Falls page, and we'll see you on the court.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we can handle leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
I'm the guy that never gives 5 stars because I never believe that anything is perfect. But I would give them 20 stars if I could.
Ernest Stellar Review belongs to QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments. They came through when he badly needed relief for his aching knees, and doctors had told him that surgery was the only option.
What they're doing is cutting edge, and it really helps. And I'm a tough sell.
QC Kinetics is led by National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field. With 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, publishing in non-surgical natural pain treatments. These are the medical pros to trust.
I'm living my life basically pain-free from what I was dealing with, so I'm a happy camper today, no doubt about it.
QC Kinetics. Call today to see if you're a candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hey, Hey, Jen Latta here, and as a client of the We Sell Group, I can tell you firsthand, Rob and Nick make the home buying and selling process easier. Right now, school's out, and that means it's the perfect time to list your home. The market is challenging and inventory is tight, but you don't have to face it alone. Rob and Nick are pros. They take the stress off your plate so you can focus on your family, your summer, and just breathe. Contact Rob and Nick to see what your home might be worth in this market. Connect today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN.
The results speak for themselves, and either you're going to jump on board or you're going to find out why they are who they are.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Swinging fly ball into right center. Broxton is there, and they're the champions. They have done it. Christian Yelich, who's at a...
Was that Broxton is there and they are champions? Was that Broxton winning the home run derby this year? As he was part of one of the great nights here at American Family Field this year, as 25 years of the ballpark were celebrated, and the wins. You could do a top 10 games the Brewers have played this year, and number 10 would be something that would be in many other years a number 1 or 2. That's how good this baseball season has been in Milwaukee. We know this is going to be one of those days today, regardless of what happens after the first pitch, as there's going to be a celebration of Bob Uker. Greg, take us through Brewers Radio Network, what fans are going to be able to hear. We know this game is sold out. What will fans be able to hear right here on ESPN Madison, ESPN Beaver Dam, and on WTMJ and on the WTMJ app?
Yeah, well, if you're coming to the game, get here by noon. That's what the Brewers are telling you. Get here
it's already 11:45, so get here when you get here.
Get here, but you want to be in your seat. On the Brewers Radio Network, you'll get Brewers warm-up on WTMJ from 12:06 until about 12:24, and then it'll be joining the actual ceremony, which is going to play on the Brewers Radio Network as well, starting right about 12:25. That's going to take you all the way up through these various videos. BA was talking about it before, where they've got videos of his playing career, home videos from his family, some stuff about the show business participation that he had with Johnny Carson and others, and then into his broadcast career, and really telling the story of Bob Uker. Then at about 1:15, Jeff and Lane are going to take the broadcast back, go through a normal pregame show up until the first pitch, approximately 1:40. So it's going to be an amazing broadcast. It's going to be an amazing day here, whether you're listening, whether you're here in person, and we're so excited to be able to celebrate Bob Uker with so many here in and across Milwaukee. And it was pretty cool. The Brewers put out a press release today with a note from the family of Bob Uker that reads, "To our fellow Milwaukeeans and Wisconsinites, to Bob's friends and fans from near and far, today we come together to celebrate Bob's life, and as we gather at the ballpark, our family is overwhelmed with gratitude. Your outpouring of stories, tributes, and affection continues to remind us of just how deeply he was cherished and how much he meant to so many. To say he loved this team, this city, and this state would be an understatement. Milwaukee was his home, and the Brewers were an extension of his family. Seeing that love reflected back means more than we could ever put into words. There is something truly special about this community, and Bob felt it every single day. Thank you for welcoming him to your lives for making him part of your families, and for holding him in your hearts. Thank you for showing up today to say so long to our Bob. We will surely share a laugh and maybe shed a tear while we honor him in the most fitting of ways at the place he loves so much, surrounded by the people he loved even more. We have no doubt that Bob is here with us in spirit. And finally, thank you to the Brewers organization for putting together such an incredible celebration. Your unwavering support has carried us through this challenging time. We will never forget this day and the way you've all kept Bob's memory alive. Again, that from the Uker family.
Wow, that is beautiful. It was so great to hear from Brian Anderson, sit down with him earlier in the show. As we continue, it is your Palermo's Picks. We are at American Family Field. It is a celebration of Bob Uker on Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
If he has gotten cleared to catch a football using his left and right hand at the same time, and he's dropping back and he's surveying the field with no pass rush, and he's making throws, hey, baby, I'm on board.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Let him, sure, throw it into the net. Stand stationary and chuck balls into the net like you're at Chuck E. Cheese playing the football game there. Fine.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC?
Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at WendorfTeam.firstweber.com.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9.
Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Hey, this is Tanas Antetokounmpo. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Puts well on knee as a new sign from Blanco. He's ready and delivers. Morgan a smash up the middle. Base hit to center. Here comes Gomez around third. A throw and the Brewers win. The Brewers are moving on a base hit by Niger Morgan. He's being mobbed. Wow, what a scene! Niger Morgan, who has delivered so many times this year, delivers a base hit to center field to score. Carlos Gomez and the Brewers have beaten Arizona. What a scene out here! Morgan mobbed at the mound. Whoa!
You wouldn't settle for bait, man.
Continuing out at American Family Field, the legendary walk-off base hit up the middle right there from Niger Morgan. Bob Uker on the call. It is Bob Uker Day here at American Family Field. We are right now being hit by a bunch of quotes by Bob Uker on the big scoreboard here that are incredible. One of them, I was named minor league player of the year. And it was my second year in the major leagues. I hit a home run off Gaylord Perry, and he said it was the worst day of his life. Not his baseball life, his actual life. And just like a ton of just self-deprecating quotes, which you think about, like all the great players that play in an organization who they then want to utilize their brand to be able to be part of the team. And Bob Uker was just so talented as a connector, not just an entertainer, not just a broadcaster. He was a connector. He connected fans with the Brewers. He connected Brewers players to the organization. He connected the front office. He connected, players, fans, every piece of it, to the team. And it's why we are so fortunate to be here today on Kobe Day, right? 8/24, a day that we have not referenced, but a day worth noting. As we are entering our Palermo's Picks part of the show, which I saw actually yesterday at the game. How about Palermo's pumping up Stranger Things pizza right here in the ballpark, American Family Field, as we all get ready for that emotional final season of Stranger Things. There's no better way to do it than with Stranger Things pizza. And you're saying, well, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with Palermo's? They're a Wisconsin company. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a best-in-class company like Palermo's. They're creating all these jobs for us in the community, and they're making the best pizza, whether it's a Palermo's brand. You love the Screamin' Sicilian, the Urban Pie, the Connies, and also Stranger Things pizza from our great friends. Wisconsin's hometown pizza is Palermo's Pizza. Greg, any great pick for us today of what to look for as we get ready for the Bob Uker Day here at American Family Field?
I mean, it's all about the Brewers. I mean, that's the pick today, is that they're going to end up closing this weekend out with the win. It's going to be emotional. It's great, right, that they've got Willy Adames here, who's such a core part of that team, and to see the reception he's gotten from fans. But it feels like a special day. We saw Brandon Woodruff out on the mound with his family earlier, taking some pictures and sort of getting himself right. I think that this is going to be a Brewers win. So whether you want to talk about run line, whether you want to talk about money line, or just a simple win, I'm rolling with the Brewers today.
Yes, he is. And He was rolling on Friday night. We could all agree with that. So what a special day this is. Make sure you're checking it out on the Brewers Radio Network, FanDuel Sports Network, or right here at American Family Field. Big thanks to Will on site, to Kyle back at the studio, to all of you. Stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. Don't settle. You have been listening to Sunday Karma live from American Family Field on ESPN Wisconsin. Kyle, send us out on Bob Uker Day. Peace.
Gotta be the hottest when you shine like chrome. Gotta find that zone. It's the mind of a song. Love roller coaster, loop around in the zone. Love roller coaster, up and down, pretty strong. Just like gold, I'm already sold. Let the good times roll.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Be prepared for power outages with a Generac home standby generator from Adams. Storms are unpredictable, and when the power goes out,